We're lucky enough to be here at the IWDC Sales and Purchasing Convention. We're here with Frank Kasnick. Frank is the President and CEO of IWDC. Frank, thank you so much for having us today.
Oh, it's awesome to have you here. I'm glad it worked out on your schedule to join us.
What's new with IWDC? Is there anything that you're particularly excited about going on right now?
Well, we made a strategic change in our product content program, which was actually announced at GAWDA's SMC. So we're partnering with DDS on product content. So that's kind of exciting. We're also looking at e-commerce vendors to also partner with. So you'll be hearing some news about that pretty soon.
At the Sales and Purchasing Convention here, we've got a whole bunch of members. Can you tell us about the process of becoming an IWDC member and some of the things that you're looking for, the criteria?
Oh, for sure. We're in it for the long haul, so we look at succession planning. Does that independent have a next generation coming up? We do a lot of invoicing and bill payment here, so one of our key criteria is health of the business. They have to have good credit. We have two brands we market, Purity Plus and Weldmark, so we look at areas and make sure we don't have a saturation and too much of an overlap, because that'd be against the support of the branding. And do they want to be part of something? When I actually look at a prospect, I actually check and see if they're a GAWDA member, because if they're a GAWDA member, they want to be part of an organization. And so it's not a criteria of ours, but it's intel that I use when we do the recruiting.
So for distributors who might not be a part of IWDC but might be looking to join a buying group, what advice do you have, whether it's IWDC or another buying group? What should they be looking for?
That's a great question. First of all, if you're not affiliated with us or any other group, there's several really great groups out there, you're making a mistake. All the organizations have worked on the purchasing deals, which really helps independents. But it's also, I think, for those who are looking for more than that, look at the networking events, look at education, look at tenure. How long has that group been around? Those are the key criteria I'd go for, but be part of somebody.
So aside from the products, we got a great tour earlier, but aside from the products, what is the value proposition of IWDC?
I think that number one is the networking that occurs between members and also between members and vendor partners. We're selective on our membership. We're also selective on our vendor partners, and we provide a great platform for these independents to really effectively network and get to know these vendors, and they value that as well, the vendor partners of the co-op. Education, I think I've already mentioned. And then business succession. We do some training in that area, the business continuity, and then we get out of the way and let them learn from each other. That's a key value part for our memberships. They really enjoy. There are friendships between our member owners, and then learning from each other.
And you mentioned the vendors. Like I said, we did a tour earlier. Obviously, you have a great group of products, group of vendors. How many SKUs do you have in your warehouse out there? Do you know?
Yeah, I love that question. So we have about 2,500 SKUs, and about 2/3 of them are co-branded, mainly co-branded with Weldmark, and about 1/3 of the SKUs are OEM branded, original OEMs. Our strategy with our private label is a little different than other ones out there, in that most of the products we brand are co-branded. So you'll see. I'm not going to mention the vendors because I'll miss somebody, and somebody will be angry at me. But it's co-branded with leading vendors.
Do you know how many active IWDC members and vendors you have?
Yeah, sure. We have 138 active member owners, and we have probably 152 approved vendors. And the vendors split across gases, hard goods, expense control, a variety of different segments. But most of them are hard good vendors.
Oh, how many employees do you have?
We have 34. We've grown, in the last 10 years, we've doubled. So we actually just got through a renovation project in this facility. So if you'd have been here 8 years ago, you wouldn't recognize it. So, yep.
And obviously, we're here at the Sales and Purchasing Convention. Can you tell us about the next event that you have coming up and why members and prospective members should join you for that?
Our next event, I think, is going to be our Purity Plus, and we're standing in front of the brand right now. Our Purity Plus Fall, which is a training course. And then right after that is our owners meeting in November. So What was your other part of the question?
Why should members and prospective members attend?
Yeah, I mean, from the Purity Plus side, it's to really get the education. I believe we're doing sales. I might be wrong. We might be doing operations. Owners meeting is all about our owners getting an update on the co-op. Their shareholders, effectively, they own the co-op. What are our initiatives? We report back to them, and then we do roundtables, which that's the number one value they get out of our owners meeting is the fact they get to break up in roundtables and talk about best practices and concerns in the business. And then it's always at a great venue, coast of Maine. What could go wrong with that?
Absolutely. Frank, thank you so much for having us. Thank you for doing this interview. We really appreciate it.
Okay, thank you, Steve. Yep.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.